What's up, future dream chasers? It is Thursday night. It is 9 o'clock, and I'm about to fill you guys in and answer all your questions that I have gotten about, like, the most important question ever. How do you get paid? How do you get compensated? So for those of you who are just joining us today, go back and watch yesterday's video so that you can learn more about what it is we are doing here as coaches, because today that'll help make today make more sense for you. So if you have any questions throughout here, you can drop them in the comments. I'll likely be answering them as we go. So at the end, I'll go through and, check through your comments and see if any of them I missed. But I'm going to be pretty thorough today and talk about, what it is that we do and how, again, I'm going to cover that again, just in brief annotated notes. And then I'm going to tell you how we make the money, what it is that brings that extra income for you to be able to do big things, or small things. Maybe you just want to do this as a hobby and, buy some new shoes and not have to ask your husband for money, or you want to, put the kids in ballet, or whatever it is that you want to do. However driven you are, it's up to you how much you make, which is one of my favorite things about this. So, I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to hop on. And now, yesterday I talked about what this coaching opportunity did for me, how I got started. I shared a lot about what my life was like before Beachbody came into my life. And I'm going to share a little bit about how it is now, because it's changed quite a bit. Today and even yesterday, I was looking through my scrolls, back in my album for the past 2 years, and I couldn't find anything that was me as a teacher. I had to actually go into my Facebook profile, look at my memories, and see, what was it like for me 3 years ago? Because I have been home now as a full-time coach for going on 2 years. Coming up this spring in May will be my second year that I do this. I used to teach and work as a high school science teacher and coach. So I would spend all day, be up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do my workout, get the kids ready for the bus. 6 o'clock they were up, 7 o'clock everybody was gone from the house, and I was gone from 7 a.m. pretty much until 7 p.m. by the time I was done with tutorials, grading papers, putting everything up. My kids were either up at the school with me, or I was here grading papers, doing that kind of thing. We would rush home. I would have to get really organized. I remember I was so organized for those 5 years. And the only reason I got that organized is because what I've learned from Beachbody, from this opportunity. So I had to get super organized to spend maybe an hour or two with my kids before I put them to bed. And that was driving me insane. I pretty much missed out on my first daughter's everything. I missed out on both of my boys' first day of school, the loss of their first tooth. I missed out on, how they were doing in school. Their dad would take care of that, help them with homework and do this kind of stuff. I missed out on their little school parties. I didn't get to do a whole lot of cool stuff with them. And I'm just going to tell you guys, I'm about to lift my filter because it just doesn't feel like me when I have a filter on stuff. I wanted to say shit. So if you have kids in the room, shoo them out. I didn't get to do any of that cool shit. I wanted to be there in the trenches with with other moms that get to be at home and do things with them. I want to go to the cafeteria or their Valentine's party and take cupcakes and do those things. And I couldn't. I found a crazy way to manage to fit them into soccer and football and that kind of thing. But most of the time when I dropped them off, all I could think about was work, and I was not present when I was physically there. This past year, I was able to actually coach my sons, both of my boys, t-ball and baseball, and my little girls as well. So this gave me the opportunity to be able to be present and not just an empty shell, worried about work and then trying to just juggle everything. So I want you to think about that, because maybe that's where you're at. Maybe you're juggling everything right now and you're really looking for something to either give you more free time, or maybe you were like when I way first started, we're barely making ends meet. I'm going to tell you, teachers do not get paid hardly anything. You go to school for 4 years for them to pay you what my little sister makes working for Grande Communications selling cable. And I was embarrassed at that. I was like, how is my sister making more money than me? And she's just a high school graduate. You know, she doesn't have a 4-year degree. And here I am working twice as long as she is, have a degree, and I'm barely making ends meet. You know, so I was looking at that and I said, you know what? I needed money for, you know, the short expenses. My husband, who is now my husband, we were on shaky terms. So he was in North Dakota and we did not blend our money. His money was his, mine was mine, and I was broke. You know, I was barely making ends meet. I was living with my first husband's great grandmother with my 3 kids, single momming it while he was up in North Dakota. He would occasionally send me money, but his bills were his and mine were mine, and I didn't depend on him for money. And honestly, I'm going to be most honest with you guys because I want you to know where I was at so that you can see for yourself if this is something that can help you too. I want to be as real and open as I can with you. When I started this, I thought, love the vacations. That was the incentive. Like, that is the coolest shit ever. But I thought to myself, you know, if I can make as much money as that girl's making, I won't need DeMarcus at all. Like, I could totally be away from him, leave him, and never have to depend on him again, you know, even though we had 2 kids together already. And I thought, you know, this could be that plan where I always fall short. Instead of budgeting money, why not work a little harder, you know, fit those extra 30 minutes where instead of scrolling Facebook or watching a novela with Memo, I could use this and make money, you know. And I did. I started to do that, and I committed to doing something else with my free time instead of, you know, binge watching trash novelas and binge scrolling on Facebook. You know, I wasn't the kind to post on Facebook when I started. I had no experience in social media. I had no clue what Instagram was. I sucked at everything. I didn't know what I was doing. Oh man, I hope I'm in the right group. Let me know if I'm in the right group. If you're on here, let me know if I'm in the Lady Boss Lifestyle group, because I think I am. And if I'm sharing this on the public profile on Facebook, well, then they're going to get a full scoop too. Anyway, so I really was in a place where I needed the money too. Yes, I needed to lose weight. I had to save up for my workout because I didn't have the money. I had to, you know, make sure to cut budget here, and then the groceries. I was buying groceries at dollar store. I was buying the cheapest brand of diapers. I had a 6-month-old when I first started this, and I had she was 6 months, Aubrey was 6 months, Jonas was just in kinder, and Zach was about 2 years old, about 2.5 years old. So they were all around or under 5 years old, and I was super busy. So when somebody tells me I'm just too busy, like, dude, I get that. When I started, I was too busy also. And I would have remained too busy for the rest of like their 18 years because I wouldn't have found a way to bring extra income and free up my time at the same time. And this gave me that. So I wanted to give you that picture, that mental picture of like how shitty things were for me. I was struggling. I was not in the best place financially. I didn't have any social media skills. I had less than 100 followers on Facebook. My Instagram, I didn't even know how to work it. I actually hated Instagram because I couldn't figure out how to do it. So you don't have to be a social media expert to do this. You just have to be willing to do the work. And we train you how to do all of that stuff. So I want you to understand you're not going to be left alone with that. So you don't need any kind of background to do what we do. We help you learn. You learn as you go, but you just have to be willing to learn and open-minded and coachable. So when I first started, I invested $160 in the kit. So back then, it wasn't as cool as it is now. Dude, now you get all the workouts that I bought individually. Like I paid probably $140 for one, $160 for another one, $80 for this one. Like I had to buy each program in a DVD set individually for me to try out a new program. You guys get all of them for the price I paid for my first kit, which is blowing my mind still when somebody tells me it's too expensive. Like, dude, that's dirt cheap. It's cheaper than a gym membership. So with that $160, you get everything you need as far as materials, the coaching, the business service fee. You know, you don't have to buy a whole bunch of bulk stuff and then figure out who to sell it to. I told you all, that's not what we do. You work on your fitness journey. What you buy is what you use for you to get your body right, tight, and everything you need. All right. So it comes with access to Beachbody on Demand, which is like the Netflix for workouts. All of the workouts that I ever ordered on DVD are on there, and all of the new ones are on there, and you have access to all of them, like all of them. The meal plans that come with them, everything. You don't have to pay special pricing to unlock featured programs unless it's a brand new one, like the one that just is about to drop in March with Transform 20. And it's like $40, but you don't even have to buy that. Like once that one's released to everybody, you get it too. So that's a pretty sweet deal. You get a virtual celebrity trainer in your house. You get your Shakeology, which is the superfoods. You're going to need it. You just get this huge package of nutrition and meal plans to tell you how to eat. Because if you're a mom like me and you've come from a Mexican background and nobody taught you how to eat, you need that. It comes with portion containers. Depending on which kit you get, you'll get the appropriate equipment. Like if you get ADD Obsession, that one comes with bands and loops and sliders and all of the nutrition stuff too. If you get Transform 20, you get a step. Like if it needs equipment, you buy that bundle pack, it comes with the equipment. So that's a bonus deal. The coach fee, which is usually $40, that's waived. That's a waived fee. It's totally free for you to join when you start with a full bundle kit. And that business service fee covers a ton of shit. And I'm going to cover that in a little while. So depending on which bundle you get, it can go from anywhere from $140 to way up there if you decide to add like supplements, depending on how much of the supplements you order. But it's pretty affordable compared to, you know, if you went to the gym for 3 months, it would cover your one entire year of virtual fitness with Beachbody products. And they fucking work. So you don't have to go guess what a machine does. You don't have to go figure it out. Somebody's telling you what to do, how long to do it, when to start, when to stop, and you just grow as a person. So that's how you get started. Everybody buys their initial pack. I bought one, Letty bought one, my upline coach. The coaches that are on my team, everybody's bought the exact same thing. Their investment is the same, and it covers everything you need. When you get started with us, you also have the new coach training available. So that fee also makes sure that you're plugged into that new coach training with us. We share with you everything. This is not like other places that, you know, when you go into the corporate ladder, you're trying into the corporate world and you're trying to climb the corporate ladder, it's pretty cutthroat. Nobody shares their secrets. Nobody wants to tell you how they got to the top because chances are you're about to come take their spot. That's not how this works. You can be right up there kicking ass at, you know, 5-star. I'm just going to use that as an example. That's the kind of labels we put on it. We put cute little labels on their stars and diamonds and that kind of thing just to kind of make it girly, really. If you ask me, it's girly. But just like a CEO or a management person, they all have their little titles. We do too. And the difference between corporate world and what we do is there can be two people that are at the same spot. And it's not cutthroat. And it actually helps you to help everybody else. Like it behooves you to help everybody else. So if you bring a friend and you're like, dude, just do this with me. You and your best friend could legit be making $100,000 a year in 5 years together at the same time. Like you're not going to sit here and be cutthroat and take her spot. I don't know. The movie comes to mind, 13 going on 30. You know, it's not like that when you do this. So I wanted to make sure that you knew that. This is something where we help everybody out. I help the people on my team and the people that are on Letty's team and my downline and my upline. Like we just share everything. So it makes sure that you're covered in that new coach training. It also makes sure that you are covered as far as like when your customers or new people sign up with you. Anybody who joins you, you don't have to mail them anything. You don't have to send them anything unless you want to. Like I like to send stuff every once in a while to the people who are in my groups and that kind of thing. But you yourself will not have a bunch of product in your living room trying to figure out, oh my gosh, I got to pay shipping. That $15 business service fee will also make sure that customers get service, that they have a 1-800 number for customer service, the shipping and handling. You get your own website. You don't have to pay for one to be billed for you or figure that out. You get your own website included in that. You get online tech support if something's wrong with the app or whatever. You don't have to know any of that shit either. They take care of everything. You essentially get this link and get to send it to the people that are joining you. It's a referral. It's like when you love your favorite lipstick, because I love lipstick, and you tell everybody about it because they're like, oh my God, I love that shade of lipstick. What is it? And you're like, oh my God, it's fuchsia. It's this, I got it at Walgreens. It's $10. It's amazing. It lasts all freaking day. That's how you are when you are sharing this. I didn't tell her, sell it to her. I didn't try to sell it to her. I told her about something I absolutely love, and she's like, dude, I'm gonna go out and buy it. Well, Maybelline doesn't tell me, hey, thanks for sending me that customer. I'm gonna give you, $2 every time one of your friends buys a lipstick from us. No, but Beachbody does. Beachbody says, hey, I'm gonna give you 25 to 40% commission. Like that's a lot actually. 25 to 40% of every sale we make and give it right back to you. So that's how it starts off in the very beginning. You tell your friends about it because it's something you love, because you're like, dude, it's changing my life. Or maybe you're just starting out and you're like, dude, I don't want to do this by myself. Yeah, I'm going to be in a group with a bunch of girls, but I don't really know them. But just do it with me. You have that friend who you just do everything with, and you invite her, you want to be buddied up with somebody. She can do the same thing with one of her friends. And then three people, that's all you need to make back your investment. So that's pretty cool. 25 to 40% is how we all started off. I started off inviting my family members, the people that were close to me, the people that I cared about, that I was like, do this with me because, I don't want to do it by myself. It's like going to a club by yourself. You don't want to do that. You take your friends with you. You take your friends out drinking with you. You don't go and pull up a random stranger. So you start with the people that you know, that you like, that you trust, and they trust you back. The cool thing about it is 25 to 40% of what they get signed up with comes to you. Plus you get a 25% discount. Don't know if I told you that. And so do they. When they get signed up just like you, they get a discount. They also get a link, and they can send it to whoever they want to, because you know what? They have friends and family too. And when you start seeing how your body is changing with these programs, because they are freaking amazing, you're going to see that, they're going to see that, and you're going to instinctually, I can't say that word, tell other people about it. They're going to notice, and they're going to start asking you, and that's when you're going to say, dude, this is what I've been doing. Want to try it with me? That's not salesy. That's not icky. I avoid trying to be a walking billboard. Like I enjoy some of the workouts, some of them I don't. And I share the ones that I like, and I know about the other ones that I don't, just in case somebody's, we all have different tastes. But I share what I enjoy, and I know that these programs work, so I share the shit out of them. I know that I like my liquid crack, and I share the shit out of it because there is nothing better than what I've got going on here. A little background, if you haven't tried any of this stuff and it's your first time, the only reason, and I get asked this a lot, the reason that I do this stuff and not anything else is because I trust the brand. Because I've done my research, and because it's healthier and cleaner, and even the yellow coloring in here of this is not any kind of way synthesized by man. Like, it is coming from a plant, and I absolutely love that about these products. So, like I said, it's totally up to you who you send the link to. 3 people gets you your entire kit paid off, essentially. You could do more than 3. You can do less than 3. It's not mandatory. You're not tied to any kind of contract just because, you're a coach. Like, you can cancel at any time. And you can always tell your people, hey, do this with me. And then they're like, well, what if I don't like it? Tell them they can get a full refund. No other place, also, you guys, have I ever seen you be able to go in and say, if I go to the gym for 3 months and I don't get any results, can I get my money back? They'll fucking laugh at you and say, no, bitch, you cannot get your money back. That's cute, though. That's not how they work. This, in 30 days, if you don't like it, send it back. That's the coolest guarantee. And here's the thing. They know that this shit works, that they guarantee it like that. They're not afraid to lose out on money. And you shouldn't be either. Because if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to hustle, not only can you get your physical results, not only can you help your friends and family, but you can change your life too. You can bring in that income. So the first level is, of course, commission-based. But then when you start inviting your friends and family, Beachbody starts to reward you for helping other people come in for a discount or to actually help other people. You know, maybe your friend's like, hey, this thing is cool. I like talking to other people and they're really good at social media. And a lot of people are asking them and they get other people to start doing it with them. And they start to grow a team of people who do exactly what I do, exactly what you're wanting to do, sharing your story, living your best life. You don't have to love fitness. You don't have to be in the best shape, but you do have to want to be better. And you do have to want a different kind of lifestyle. And that's what this is about. It's more about becoming the person you want to be. And this is just kind of like a tool to get you there. So you don't have to live and breathe Beachbody. You just have to share something like this so that you can help get yourself where you want to be. And that's the coolest part. This allows that. Beachbody actually offers you incentives to do that. As a coach, they have bonuses for you to build your team. They have bonuses for you to help your team grow and succeed. So it's not just here, let me go sell a whole bunch of stuff. That's exhausting. My sister is in sales. She goes and sells cable all day long. And I personally couldn't go out and sell cable all day long for several reasons. Because I'm not a salesperson. Because I am a huge introvert. Despite it seems like I've learned to become a extroverted introvert. And I also don't believe in selling cable to people. Like, it doesn't help people. So that wouldn't fit with me. This fits with me because it helps people become better, helps me become better, and it helps my family. So when you start helping the people on your team, they throw bonuses your way. So it's not taken away from them. They earn their own money. They earn their own thing whenever they sign up their customers. That's all cool. And Beachbody looks at that and they're like, hey, you're helping your team grow. You're helping your team help other people. People are committing to their program. Looks like they're helping people stick to their workouts. That's really awesome. Here's a bonus. So when you grow your team and the more people that you have on your team growing their teams and helping everybody just kind of learn to be healthier and happier, they reward you. Where does that money come from? You're like, oh, well, where is it coming from? Well, they sell Beachbody programs on their own. I don't know if you know this, but if you stay up till like 3-4 o'clock in the morning and you do watch that cable that my sister sells, they still sell a shit ton of Beachbody programs on their own. They sell Shakeology on their own. They sell Performance Line on their own. They sell their own stuff and they still make a lot of money. But the problem is they don't just want their stuff out in people's houses. They want people using it and getting results because they're the kind of brand that wants to make sure that people are satisfied with what they're getting so that they keep a good name. Like, they have that much pride. So that's why the coaching opportunity even exists, because they didn't just want to sling DVDs and say, yes, we made a whole bunch of money. They want to make sure people are actually changing their life with this, learning how to be healthy. That's why we become an important thing. That's why it's important for us to learn to become proof of the product and, show that, yes, just because it's hard doesn't mean it's impossible. And we share how we learned how to make it through that program. The way you do it might be a little bit different than I do it. We all get the same tools, but what works for you might work for somebody else. What works for me might not work for one of your best friends, but it will work for you. Does that make sense? So when you start doing that, they reward you from their own little money pool. They incentivize it. They throw bonuses your way. When you help at least 3 people a month, just 3, 3 people. You could take all the people you ever known in your life and help 3 of them every single month. Get your Shakeology paid for. That's the bare minimum. But the next cool thing about that is if that's all you do, you earn little reward points and you can earn a free trip. That's what I wanted. I wanted the trip. I wanted the cruise because as a mom of 3, I was going batshit crazy with all the stress that I had going on. All right. So I wanted that trip and I worked for it. And 3 people a month, it's not that complicated. What we do is not complicated. It's very simple, but it does take consistency if you want to go and earn the big bucks and do more. So if you want to just pay for your shake and earn a free trip every year, 3 people a month. That's it. You'll still get paid, and you'll still earn the trip, and you'll still be helping your friends. If you don't want to do all that and you just want to sign up for the discount, that's cool. Save 25%. I get it. Some people are like that. Some people are like, well, I just want to focus on me and that's it. And you love your job and you never want to see yourself doing anything else. And that's cool. I totally get it. But I wasn't that way. I did not love my job. I became a teacher because I was desperate in need for money. And it was the quickest thing I could get myself into. So when you want to do this as a, hit the ground running, and kind of like I was like, oh my God, she's really doing it. Like, she went on a trip. And then you watch the girl, like, I don't know how long you've been following me or how long you've been following the coach that followed you, but you've probably watched them for a while. I know I watched my coach first go on a trip to Vegas, and I was like, that looks like fun. Here I was, a mom of 3 watching telenovelas. That looks like fun. She's in Vegas. Looks like she's having a good time. Yeah, she has to work out a little bit, but that looks like fun. She's drinking with friends. I totally wish I had friends to drink with and hang out with, because I didn't have friends. I was bad at making friends. And then I watched her some more. And then next thing I know, she's going on this cruise and she looks fucking banging. And I'm like, all right, what is she doing? What is she doing? That's when I decided, all right, I want that cruise. I want to do that. And so I wanted to hit the ground running, running a business, making this a lifestyle for me, changing my life. The first couple months that I did this as a coach, within those couple months, I earned enough to pay for my shake. I earned some points towards my trip. And then my coach announced that she retired as a teacher. And I was fucking mind blown. I was like, that's it, done. Like, whatever she's doing, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I've got to do this. I was about 2 years into teaching, and I had just realized it's not for me. My brother had told me, stick it out. It's a good job. You get the weekends off. You get summers off with your kids. And I in my heart felt like that is not enough for me. First of all, I have 3 kids. That was not enough for me. I wanted more. I did not love being at school teaching. I loved coaching. I loved coaching high school sports. It was fun for me, but I did not enjoy where I was working. So I thought, oh, let's go for a job change. Switched jobs. I went to an entirely different school. I didn't get to coach. I thought, well, maybe I'll get more time with my kids. I didn't. I didn't get more time with my kids. I got more loaded on with work and students. I had another baby. And in those next 2 years, I had to really decide what I wanted for myself. Am I going to continue settling for a life that I don't love, riddled with stress, juggling every little minute? Or am I going to make myself a future that I want to wake up to? That, yeah, it's not perfect. It's not cookie cutter like in a magazine. But I wake up every morning and I'm fucking blessed to be here. I look around and I'm like, this is pretty sweet. I didn't have to go wake up at 5 o'clock to do a workout today. I'm probably going to get it done here in a little bit because that's what my body likes to do. I'm not forcing myself to do things that is out of sync with who I am. I am not forcing myself to pretend who I'm not, and I'm getting paid to do it. And I think that's the coolest thing you can ever do, is be able to be who you are and get paid for it. It's so cool to have like this tool, this avenue to grow some kind of income without sacrificing yourself. I sacrificed who I was to become a nurse, to become a teacher, to fit someone else's mold. I was criticized and I can't think of the word, like was treated like I didn't matter. And now, as CEO and an entrepreneur, I know I fucking matter. I read books, personal development, we all do it, so that I learn how to build my mindset. We do that as part of our coach training. We help you start off with books that, we think is helpful to everybody, but eventually you'll start knowing what you need to feed your soul, and that'll help you out. But really to know that what you're doing, the income that you're earning, isn't just income that you went and just showed up, clocked in time, and left for. It's rewarding income, because you know that the second somebody signs up with you, their life is about to change. Like, their entire life is about to change. Maybe they won't ever become a coach. Maybe you'll never become a millionaire coach. But you know what? You'll never be the same if you commit to a program and you do it through and through. You'll learn how to eat healthier. You'll learn how to work out consistently and treat your body right. You'll learn how to appreciate your body for what it does and not just for what it looks like. And that's just a small part. You'll learn how to think differently. And then you'll notice that everything that you're learning here as a coach, whether you come in as a discount coach or a part-time hobby coach or a business building coach, because there's 3 different ways for you to do this. No matter which one of those you decide to be, when you start doing this and you learn it, you pass it on. And then you've changed an entire generation, because you probably are like me and you probably have kids. And it's important to you to make sure your kids have a good example, because even if you don't force them to eat the vegetables, they're watching you. They watch every little thing that you do. They watch every little thing that you say, and they are going to become mini carbon copies of you walking around in the next couple of years. And the second you've changed your diet, they noticed. The second you've started speaking to yourself differently and becoming more inspired and, becoming an entrepreneur and owning your shit and knowing that you're worth more and knowing that you're powerful and knowing that you can do anything, they're going to see that too. And now you just didn't change one person. You didn't just help your friend lose weight. You didn't just help your sister get into a program. You just helped an entire generation with your kids. So yeah, to me, the investment's a huge discount. Like, you're getting a great deal, because you're not just getting a workout and a shake. You're getting a life-changing thing. So back to the income. I could go off on that tangent every single time because of how much this has changed my life, and that's how it's going to be for you. I promise you. If you take it seriously and you go all in, you're going to be spewing it like that too. It's just going to drip out of your mouth, because it's natural. Like, it's not forced. It's not a script. I don't have any papers in my hand. Like, it's just natural, because it's sincere. Like, your shit. So income, team bonuses, help people, help other people, teach people how to help other people. And that comes with time. I'm going to teach you how to help yourself and how to help invite other people to join you. You'll run boot camps with me in the first couple of months so that you get used to it. You're not ever alone. Again, but you have to be coachable. You have to want to do this. You have to be open-minded. And we have little assignments for you to do. And that's how it goes. You get everything that you need. You grow your team. And as your team grows, as you help other people on your team grow their business too, the income comes there. All of those bonuses is where it's at. It's not in the commissions. It's not. Helping other people be successful is where you're going to earn the bonuses. And that's where the money's at. I'm not good at sales. I'm not. I could not go out there, because I can barely even go to a Cub Scout meeting without dropping an F-bomb. So there's no way I could be in sales. But I am really awesome in loving on people, caring about them, and cheering them on. Like, that's my jam. I know how to do that. And so I do. And I get paid for it. So if you have some kind of something you're good at, that's going to be your brand. And we'll talk about that when you join us. So like I said, everything's included when you get started. And I will drop the package options when it comes time for enrollment. But like I said, 140 to 160 is like the base package. And that's totally affordable. I paid that like several times over every time a new program came out. And you don't have to do that, which is super unfair on my end, but so freaking awesome for you. Let me think. I want to say that that's it. I know I kind of rambled on and I threw my story in there for you, but I feel like that part is the important part for you so that you can look into your surroundings, your environment, your heart, and search it and see, does that sound like me? And can I relate to anything that this girl's going through? Is that where you're at too? Are you buying your groceries at dollar store like I was? Are you strapped for diaper money or gas money? Are you eating, leftovers at lunch and turning down going out on the weekends? Like, whatever it is that you're going through is your story. And I want you to own it, because that's going to be the reason why this needs to be in your life. Because this is that opportunity that you've probably been waiting for and secretly praying for. If you're somebody who prays, despite my F-bombs, you guys, I pray. And I know that this was something sent to me. It was sent to me. And I still get choked up because it was shitty then. It was a shitty time, and I felt hopeless and broken and destroyed. And this is what brought me out of it. Like, it brought me out mentally, physically, financially. I used to teach all freaking day, and now I get to hang out with a sassy toddler all freaking day and do work from my phone. Do a 30-minute workout, share about it, talk about my day, do those things, and that's my job. Like, it's for real. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about anything, let me know. Drop them in the comments. I'll be scrolling to see if there's anything new in here. I feel like I covered everything that I wanted to cover today. I'll be going live tomorrow at the same time. I know it's the weekend, so you'll have Saturday to replay it. I know that some of you guys have things going on. You can hop on live tomorrow, then cool. I totally get that. But I do want to take a minute and give you a little assignment. Yesterday's assignment was for you to look at something in your life that maybe you want to change about it. Maybe you saw something that matched what I do. Now I want to challenge you to take a minute before your kids rush in, before somebody, a husband asks you where his socks are, and think about what you want for your future. And just sincerely fucking dream big. Do you want to go on vacations? I did. Do you want to not have to live paycheck to paycheck? Me too. So write it down. What's it going to hurt? Dreaming. Dreaming is something we all stopped doing in my family. Wasn't for us. We weren't allowed to dream. It's bullshit. You can dream. You can write it down. And you can use this fucking tool to get you there. So I want you to do that. I seriously do. I want you to do that because this is what's going to get you there. All right. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to finish getting jazzed up. You guys, do it. Write it down. If you're brave, really, really brave, share it with me in here. I totally want to see what you're dreaming. Totally want to see what you want in your future. And you're going to see me sweating in a little while, so I'll talk to you later.